Hi, welcome to YogaU. I'm Jasmine Punzalan, and this is Jess. This class will be focused on side bending, which is a range of motion that we often overlook. And it's a range of movement that's actually quite important. And basically what we're going to focus on in side bending is increasing the space between the rib cage and the pelvis, making more room for the diaphragm and the abdominal organs. Lift your kneecaps, engage your quadriceps, but relax the flesh of your buttocks. Now take the sides of your navel back. Lift your sternum away from your navel, but keep the sides of your navel pressing back. And now take your arms, turn your palms forward, and feel that openness in your chest. Keep that openness as you once again take your arms by your sides, palms facing the thighs. Yes. Now bring your fingertips to the center of your chest. Lift your chest, bend your knees, inhale, and then exhale, step or lightly hop your feet apart, about as wide as your wrists. Now take your hands to your hips. And so what you'll notice here is that in this position, we're symmetrical, and so the pelvis is nice and level. And when the pelvis is level, you've got length along both sides of your waist. It's when one hip hikes up higher than the other that you find that shortening. And it's quite easy to keep the pelvis level in this position, but in just a moment when we become a little more asymmetric, it's much more challenging to maintain this. Start by coming onto the ball of your right foot. We're setting up for Virabhadrasana 2. Now, be very careful with this transition. Don't let the left ribs drift forward. Keep your ribs square. Without disrupting your left side, pivot your right thigh open. Very nicely done. Align your front heel with the inner arch of your back foot and then pivot your back heel open slightly. And then Jess, can you just show what it would be like if you let your pelvis spill over the right? Exactly. So you can see here how Jess has lost the length along the right side of her waist. In order to correct that, deepen the crease of your left hip. So once again, your pelvis is in an upright position. It's not spilling over the right leg. Take the sides of your navel back, lift your chest, take an inhale. As you exhale, bend your right knee without collapsing your chest. Keep your sternum lifting away from your navel. Keep the sides of your navel pressing back, and now raise your arms. Now bend your right knee deeply, have your right knee over your ankle. Press the right knee back, and as you do that, firm your right buttock forward and under you. When you do that, notice if your left thigh has buckled forward. Press the top of your left thigh back. Now imagine, take your hands to your rib cage and then literally move the rib cage away from your pelvis. Lift your sternum, take the sides of your navel back. And now keeping this lift of your rib cage and your chest, take your arms out by your sides. Once again. Make sure that the crease of your left hip has stayed deep, and Jess is doing a really great job of this, so both sides of the waist remain equally long. Every few cycles of breath, bend your right knee more, but as you bend your right knee, keep the lift of your chest, keep the lift of your rib cage. Stay to exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg, take your hands to your hips, and parallel your feet. Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Without disrupting the right side at all, come onto the ball of your left foot, and from deep within your hip socket, pivot the thigh open. Be heel to arch, take your right heel back slightly. So, yeah, exactly. Now, with your hands on your hips, notice, did your hips spill to the left? Did you shorten the left side of your waist? If so, deepen the crease of your right hip. Get your hips level from side to side. Now take the sides of your navel back. Lift your sternum away from your navel, but as you do that, careful not to puff your front ribs. Now keep the lift of your chest as you inhale, and as you exhale, bend your left knee over your ankle. Pause and make sure that's truly happening. Left knee's over your ankle. Pin the left knee back and firm the left buttock forward and under you. Press the top of your right thigh back. Imagine that everything is literally moving to the midline of your mat. Now raise your arms, and then can you use your arms, the vigor of your arms, to find a lightness in your torso as the rib cage ascends, the sternum ascends, the left knee descends. Bend and bend. Virabhadrasana 2. 2 more cycles of breath. Stay to exhale here. Root into your feet. And as you inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale and take your hands to your hips. Parallel your feet. Step or lightly hop your feet together. And come back to mountain pose.